Measures of center are ways of trying to find a typical number in a data set. So let's say you make a histogram and it looks something like this. Maybe this is like the income for people in your neighborhood. Maybe there's just a few people with a lot of income. Look, when you think about the variable income, there's a natural limit, $0, right? Maybe this is $0 down here. There's no upper limit. We have people with incomes way out in right field, so there's a good chance of being skewed to the right. So when we think of a measure of center, we're trying to tell people a typical value for that data set. The median can do that, and that's actually the best choice for this histogram because the median scratches off the lowest and the highest, the lowest, highest, lowest, highest number until they eventually get to the 50% mark. So maybe the median somewhere over here. Okay. The mean can also try to measure the center, but just don't use the mean when it's a skewed data set. The mean would probably be over here for this data set. Maybe right here. That's the mean. It's a guess. This is just a made-up data set. But it's being skewed by these people with higher than a typical salary for this neighborhood. So the mean can calculate the measure of center. And the word variance is actually talking about how spread out the data set is. You can calculate variance really quickly with Excel or with Google Sheets, but the variance tells you how spread out the data set is, and you can use that to compare it to another data set. Let's say this is another neighborhood, and this is it. This is their histogram. Less spread is the idea. Maybe I'll even make this close together. The variance of this data set would be lower than the variance of this data set because there's less spread. We'd actually have to see the numbers to be sure, but it looks like this one is spread out less than this one, so this has a lower variance. So variance is not a measure of the center. And mode is a way of trying to measure the center. It's the value that repeats the most. The mode doesn't really do a good job with quantitative data. The mode is good for qualitative data. You know, which restaurant, everyone votes on a restaurant for supper. Which restaurant was voted the most? That would be the mode. Okay, and then they say in the following data set, which is greatest, the mean, the median, and the mode. You got to probably calculate the mean, the median, and the mode for these. So you could use Excel, or if you're on a different computer, you just Google search Google Sheets. It's got a quick way of calculating the mean, the median, and the mode. I'll just demonstrate it real quick. Okay, there's our data set. So we just want to type in all the numbers we're given. I'm going to hit 11 and enter. It's 412. Okay, there's our data set. Calculate the mean in Excel or in Google Sheets. Equals average, open a parentheses, click and drag, and close the parentheses. There's the mean. Median, you type equals median, open parentheses, click and drag, close the parentheses. And then mode, same thing in Excel as it is in Google Sheets. So the greatest is the mean for this data set.